Think about the last time you actually watched an ad on your phone. If you're like most people, your thumb has developed a muscle memory to flick past anything that even hints at a brand trying to sell you something. Marketing used to rely on the interruption era. A brand bought a one-way megaphone, like a TV or radio spot, and broadcasted their message to a captive audience who couldn't easily change the channel. In physical spaces, it was the same dynamic. You couldn't ignore a massive billboard planted directly in your line of sight. Then mobile devices arrived and gave the consumer total control over their media environment. We no longer wait for a commercial break to end. We simply move to a different screen or a different app. Because we control our own feeds, any brand still trying to interrupt our day with a traditional, forceful pitch is essentially paying to scream and to avoid. We just scroll right past them. The internet isn't an open marketplace anymore. The actual gatekeepers are the social media algorithms, the sets of rules that decide exactly which posts show up on your screen. Marketers often rely on the right hook. That's the direct sales pitch, the link to buy, or the request for the consumer's money. But platforms know that if you see too many of those aggressive pitches, you'll close the app. So their algorithms hunt down right hooks that don't generate natural engagement and ensure they are quietly dumped into a digital trash bin. This creates a loop for businesses. The harder a brand pushes its products online, the less engagement it gets, which tells the algorithm to hide its future posts from the very people following the account. If a platform decides your content is annoying, you become invisible. Surviving this filter requires dropping the constant sales pitch and learning a new digital language. Entrepreneur Gary Vaynerchuk argues that to land a right hook, a brand must first throw multiple jabs. A jab is a lightweight, entertaining piece of content. Its entire purpose is to provide value, humor, or education to the consumer without asking for anything in return. A perfect jab follows specific rules: speaking the platform's native language, flowing seamlessly without interruption, and making zero demands. Furthermore, it must happen to pop culture, exist as micro-content, and maintain a consistent, self-aware brand identity. When a brand hits all these marks, the post doesn't trigger the algorithm's defense mechanisms. The system registers the content as organic human interaction rather than a corporate broadcast. Throwing these jabs builds up algorithmic capital. By consistently giving value to the user, you earn the platform's favor, ensuring that when you finally do throw a right hook, it actually has an audience to land on. A jab isn't a one-size-fits-all asset. The rules for success change depending on the specific dialect of the social network you are using. On Facebook, consistent engagement with jabs builds a brand's EdgeRank score. The algorithm essentially rewards that brand with better visibility for its future posts because the audience has a history of interacting with their content. Twitter, by contrast, is a fast-paced environment where the value lies in adding context to real-time conversations. You can see the difference when a brand like Taco Bell successfully remixes a pop culture trend to generate high engagement. Meanwhile, a company like Holiday Inn might push lifeless self-promotion with a lonely link that generates zero interest from the room. While Vaynerchuk emphasizes the quality of this native storytelling, research suggests the frequency of these jabs is just as critical. High activity levels are often what hack the algorithm to keep a brand visible in a saturated feed. Ultimately, mastering the context of a platform is just as vital as the content you create.
Hold up. Pause the video for a second. Are you still wasting hours editing when you could be out there filming new ideas? Do you feel like your videos aren't getting the engagement they deserve? Are your Reels and TikToks just not popping because the edit feels slow or basic? That's exactly where I come in. I offer professional editing services guaranteed to take your content to the next level. YouTube videos, high retention edits that keep viewers hooked to the very end. Reels and TikToks, fast-paced cuts, eye-catching transitions, and dynamic captions. Instagram Insights, clean, highly professional edits to showcase your stats and attract top-tier sponsors. If you're ready to make your content crush the algorithm, head down to the description right now. Click the links to check out my portfolio and get in touch. Let's grow your channels together. Or connect me on Telegram at Ahmed2425265. Alright, back to the video.
Even a perfectly shot video will fall flat if it's dropped into an environment expecting a quick text conversation. This shift forces a change in business identity. Because algorithms require a constant stream of high-value jabs to stay visible, brands have to adopt the daily workflow of a content publisher. Before you can sell coffee, software, or real estate, your primary task is to be a source of information and entertainment that builds a community around those interests. The rhythm of jab, 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 right hook is a relentless cycle. You provide value, then even more value, long before you ever ask the consumer for a transaction. Maintaining this requires immense stamina. Brands have to prioritize the slow work of relationship building over the short-term hits of aggressive sales tactics. When users consistently choose to interact with these jabs, it signals to the algorithm that the brand is a valuable part of their experience. That history of engagement is what keeps the brand at the top of the feed. Providing relentless, contextual value is the only way to earn the right to the consumer.